So we're hoping that publication dates in 2021 don't move around as much as publication dates did in 2020, but you never know what's going to happen. So welcome to 21 books published in 2021 that I am going to be reading. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content here on this channel at least twice a week, and then movie reviews or book to movie videos here at the weekend. In the description box you will find all of my social links, including my blog and my Goodreads, where I post reviews of the books that I talk about. I will also leave my January TBR video linked up above, because I talk about some of these books, aka January and February releases, in that video as well. So I've tried to put together a fairly kind of like broad list, because these are 21 books that I am committing to actually definitely reading in 2021. And the good news is that I have already read 2 of these, because I'm coming to this video like a week into January. So we've made a good start on the reading. So let's start right off. I'm going to try and give you publication dates. Obviously, disclaimer, publication dates can move around. And also what I've tried to do is I've tried to pick the earlier publication date out of the 2, whether that's UK or US. For those of you that don't know, I am from the UK and read a lot of UK authors, but I currently live here in the US, so sometimes if they hit the shelves here first, I get them the US covers, and if they hit the shelf in the UK first, I get the UK Kindle. I have a UK Kindle, but the great white world out there is US publication dates. So I will try and go through publication dates and try my best to remember whether it was UK or US, but you know, nobody's perfect. We can't all remember all of them. So first of all, we have the UK cover for Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas, which came out this week on the 12th of January, here in the US at least. I have a library audio copy of this one to listen to, so look out for this one in my January wrap up. But this one does tie in with the world of The Hate U Give, and so I'm just excited to go into it. A lot of these books I haven't read the full synopsis for, because they are just authors that I return to again and again and again. But this is the UK cover. The US cover is red, and you will see that one when you come to my January wrap up, because I do have the US version of the audiobook, but this one is already out January the 12th. Then January 21st, I have 2, and these are the 2 that I have already read. First of all, we have The Island by C.L. Taylor, which is also YA. So Angie Thomas, Concrete Rose is YA. This one is YA, but a YA thriller. 7 days, 6 teenagers, 1 deadly secret. Who will escape the island? That's basically all you need to know about this one. It is very good. I highly recommend. The pre-order links for all of these will of course be in the description box below, UK and US. And this one comes out in the UK on the 21st of January. And then also on the 21st of January we have, if I can find it, Rescue Me by Sarra Manning, which again, the tagline for this one tells you everything you need to know. 2 lonely people, 1 good dog. The dog is such a good dog. She is so lovely. And this one is adult contemporary romance set in North London. We have Will and we have Margot, and it's just a lovely, lovely story. It's what we need to escape the world right now. And as I say, this one comes out in the UK on the 21st of January. Then, very excitingly, I kind of didn't know that this one was as imminent as it is, but this publisher just basically like puts out materials that I want to read, so I would love to work with this publisher. However, we have Shine Your Icy Crown, which is the new Amanda Lovelace book. I have whole videos talking about Amanda Lovelace on here, and this one comes out on January 26th. Now, I normally end up getting the sort of like Target special edition of this book, but I haven't done any research into whether we have a special edition coming. If there isn't a special edition coming, then I will probably order myself a physical copy of this one from an independent bookshop in the hope that it will come in time for the end of the month, because I love reading physical copies of poetry books and being able to tab them up, which you will see if you watch my first Amanda Lovelace video. But I am very excited for this one, and this one is the second of the, I can't remember the series now, but the first one last year was Break Your Glass Slippers, and this one is Shine Your Icy Crown. So they are fairy tale themed. There are a couple of books on the list here that are fairy tale themed, so that's very exciting. So we've had a couple of YA novels and a poetry book, and then we're now going to move on to February. So February 4th in the UK, I have 2 books, and they are on my January TBR. I have started one of them, and the other I'm a little bit scared to start because it's going to make me cry. Both of these are adult contemporary. One is a rom-com, one is just more just general fiction. We have Married at First Swipe by Claire Frost, which promises to be wonderful and amazing, and I love Claire Frost. And again, I haven't read the synopsis of this one because it's just an auto buy, but I have just started doing a buddy read of this one with my lovely friend Hayley, so by the time you're watching this, I probably will have finished this one as well. We're on to a good start, aren't we? Hannah's getting married in the morning to a man she's never met. I feel like maybe I need to watch Married at First Sight or like Love is Blind or stuff like that on Netflix to kind of prepare me for really getting into this one, because I haven't watched any of that, surprisingly, because those shows are totally my kind of thing. And then also on the 1st of January, we have A Sky Full of Stars by Dani Atkins. Dani Atkins just always gets me sobbing. She knows how to write a really kind of tragic, weepy novel that also makes you feel good at the same time, and it's just beautiful. I love this cover so much. I love the gradient of the purple to the blue and then the stars, and the tagline for this one is "Where one story ends, another begins." And as I say, the links to these will be in the description box below. And now we have the first example of one that I know that this publication date is definitely the US publication date, because it's a couple of months ahead of the UK publication date. So this is Makeup Breakup by Lily Menon, aka Sandia Menon. This one comes out in the US on February 11th, but I don't think it's out in the UK until July. You might be able to get, I don't know, an audiobook copy of this one or a physical import of this one, but the publication dates are quite far apart. So I have an advance copy from NetGalley, and this is her first adult full-length rom-com. She did have Booked for Christmas, which came out just before Christmas, which I loved. So I'm excited to read this one, and the tagline for this is "She fixes people up, he breaks them apart. What chance do they have together?" Sounds like a decent enemies to lovers trope there, which I have been enjoying a lot lately. It's been kind of getting me through. And then another one which I know for a fact is an earlier publication date here in the US, just because that's the way around. And so I have the US cover for you here. The UK cover is quite different. I have been asked by a few people to do another UK versus US cover, because I'm not getting as many physical books, because, you know, the world is what it is. I don't have like physical books to show you, so would you be interested in just, you know, the pictures on the iPad, or me putting pictures into the video to do the UK versus US, or does it have to be the actual physical covers? Let me know in comments, because I would like to make another US versus UK cover, especially having read This Time Next Year by Sophie Cousins and being in love with the US cover over the UK cover. It kind of shocked me, that one, and so I would like to make another video specifically talking about the covers, so let me know. This one is As Far As You'll Take Me by Phil Stamper, which I do have a NetGalley copy of, and I'm very excited to start reading it. This one comes out in the US on the 4th of March, but it comes out in the UK. Just let me have a little look, because it definitely comes out in the UK. Oh, maybe actually they might come out on the both on the same day. Maybe that one's moved. I'm sure I had that one listed as later on, but the UK cover is quite different to the US cover. But this is it's going to be wonderful, and it's a like traveling to London from the US type of premise, and this is a YA contemporary romance, I think. Again, I'm just like, I want to read this. I really love the Gravity of Us last year, and I want this outfit as well. Like I would definitely wear that outfit with my little suitcase, but I do know it's going to make me miss travel an awful lot, but I'm very excited for it. And now we've moved into March, another one. I know it's probably going to hurt me a little bit. I know it's probably going to make me cry, and so it's one of those that I will clear a day to read this one, as I did with her one last year and the year before. This is The World at My Feet by Catherine Isaac, which comes out in the UK on March the 18th. The Kindle version comes out on March the 18th. Anyway, I think this is one where the Kindle one is released a lot earlier than the physical or the audio one. But the tagline for this is, "But what if a secret could take it all away?" And the cover of this is just beautiful. And it's a Catherine Isaac novel. They're just wonderful. I have reviewed at least one of hers here on the channel, so I'll try and find that video and link it up above for you. But this is adult contemporary, so it's rom-com, but like less of the, it's definitely more like general. It's always been described as uplit, so we'll go with that in this video. We'll go with it being uplit. And now moving on to April, very exciting. We have another YA novel now, and this one is Kate in Waiting by Becky Albertalli, and you can't even see it there. I have to hold it really close for you to be able to see all the details on this one. So you can see this is very like showbiz theatre kid themed. Break a leg, not your heart. Just really looking forward to this. I love a Becky Albertalli novel. I did a reread of Simon and a reread of Leah last year, and I need a new one in my life. I'm very excited to read this one, and that one comes out in the US on the 20th of April. Then I just skipped one. We have our first sort of non-fiction on the list now. It might be the only non-fiction. I feel like people are more like secretive about non-fiction publication dates. Like we can look forward to them, but only a month in advance. We can't look forward to them a few months in advance. However, I'm very excited about this one because I love this writer's works. I will probably be pre-ordering the audiobook for this one because she does read her own audiobooks, and this is Broken but in the best possible way by Jenny Lawson. I really enjoy what Jenny Lawson puts out there. Furiously Happy. It was just wonderful, and I'm excited to read something new from her. And like I say, I've done her books on audiobook previously and they've been wonderful, so I'm excited to read this non-fiction from her, and also excited to have a non-fiction on the list here. And then sticking with April, this one will come as no surprise. I feel like Audible's been pushing me to pre-order this one since the end of last year, and this one comes out in the UK on the 29th of April, which seems to be a massive UK publication date. I feel like it's the equivalent of what would be, the 28th of April or the 30th of April? Which way does the year work? Well, this day in 2020 was also, there was a massive I think I had 8 books that I had to read coming out on one date in April, with things being squished about and moved about. Anyway, 29th of April, big date. First of all, we have The Road Trip by Beth O'Leary. 1 car, 5 people, a whole lot of history, and I'm really excited to read this one. I love a road trip novel, and I find that road trip novels tend to focus on the YA side of things, and so I'm looking forward to an adult contemporary road trip novel. And look at that car as well, like how very British. So I'm looking forward to reading this one, and I love anything that Beth O'Leary puts out. She always ends up on my favorites list of the year. And then somebody that we had talking about here on this channel about this novel, This is A Taste of Home by Heidi Swain. She mentioned it briefly when she came and was interviewed here on the channel, so I'll leave that interview linked up above so you can see a couple of very special exclusive details that she revealed while she was chatting to me right here. And this one is coming out on the 29th of April, and the tagline for this one is "Home is where the heart is," and this is an adult rom-com, and it's going to be lovely, and I can't wait, and I'm really excited. Obviously I'm really excited about all 21 of these books, otherwise they wouldn't be on my list of 21 releases that I'm definitely going to read this year. And then we have a returning author already on the list. We have C.L. Taylor's adult novel, Her Last Holiday. One retreat, 3 victims, no escape. Having just read The Island, just coming off the back of reading this as I'm filming this video, I'm already excited to pick this up. And this cover is very different from her usual covers. I reviewed Strangers here on this channel that she released last year in April, and the cover is very, very different for this one compared with the other ones. So I'm excited to see what goes on with this one. And this one is her adult thriller. So I talked about her young adult thriller at the beginning of the video. Now we have her adult thriller, and again I'm quite happy with the fact that we've got a mix of genres here on this channel. And then we have something which is the first of the books I don't have a full cover for. I don't have any cover for this one, although there has been a little sneaky peeky cover on Instagram. So if you go and follow the authors on Instagram, you'll be able to see a little sneaky, not sure if it's going to be that cover, but anyway, on June the 22nd, yes, I don't have anything to talk about in May, but on June the 22nd we have My Contrary Mary, or is it June the 21st? I can't remember. June the 20-something. My Contrary Mary by Cynthia Hand, Brodi, Ashton and Jodi Meadows. I have a video talking about the Lady Janie series, but this is the start of a new series involving historical Marys, so I am very, very excited for that one. I think it was Cynthia Hand put it out on her Instagram, but I'm sure it's been mentioned on all 3 authors' Instagrams already, so go and check that out for a little cover sneak. And then we have a waiting in place cover, which I'll show you, but obviously there's going to be a different cover in the UK and the US. So this is the UK publication date, and we've gone for another adult thriller on the list as well. 22nd of July is the UK publication date. The US publication date is normally October time, like late October. I can find out for sure, but the link will be in the description box, so you can click on that and see when it's going to be released anyway. This is the latest, Lisa Jewell, The Night She Disappeared, which I know nothing about, but I know it's going to be amazing. That's all I know. I love Lisa Jewell's thrillers. I have a whole Lisa Jewell playlist, which I will leave linked up above for you. And we just need to petition for her to come on the channel as well. I'm very excited about her latest release. And as I say, I just know nothing about it, but I'm always here for a Lisa Jewell novel. It was quite easy to put this list together because I just picked a load of auto-buy authors and went, when is their next book coming out? Yes. Long time fan of the channel. Then also in July we have another sort of holding in place cover. Now I'm excited for this one because I really, really like this author, but I didn't necessarily like the sort of vet theme and the village vet setting for her last series. So whilst I really like her writing and her characterization, I've been to a few events with her and heard her speak, I'm excited to be moving on to a new sort of standalone book, and this one is Home by Penny Parks, which comes out in the UK on the 8th of July. Again, this is a holding cover. We have not had a cover reveal for this one, but I'm just super excited about it because her previous series was set in, I want to say, Larkford, around a vet's practice. I read the first book and then I'm not a massive fan of reading about vets. I think it's just a personal thing. I like her writing and I could appreciate it, and I sort of listened with half an ear to the next 2 novels in the series, but yeah, it's the vet thing. Just not that interested. And so I'm excited that she has something that isn't part of that series coming out in 2021. So I'm just really excited to read it, because I really like her writing, and I think that she is a lovely person and very funny and very interesting when you hear her speak, and so I'm excited to see what she does with Home. Then moving into August, we're jumping back now. We have a cover, and we're jumping back to YA Contemporary, another one of my favourite YA Contemporary authors, and we're going back to a little fairy tale retelling. We have If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy. I love Julie Murphy. Just really enjoy what she does with fat heroines and just fat representation in general. I was lucky enough to meet her at Book Expo a couple of years ago, and so I am excited for If the Shoe Fits, and I love that we have this glorious cover for it as well. Again, don't know a whole lot about the synopsis, but it is a meant to be novel, so I'm thinking that this is a new series, like how Dumpling and Pudding were a series. I'm here for it. And then another one that we do have a full cover for, we don't just have a holding in place cover, we have Three's a Crowd by Simon Booker, and this one is coming out in the UK on, I lost it, the 24th of August. There we go. And the tagline for this one is what if an estranged father and son fell in love with the same woman? Wow, there's a premise for a novel. There's a tagline for you. This one promises to be super interesting. I know a couple of people who have already read this one and says that it's amazing. So I'm excited to see what it's like. And I really love the cover. I love this like minty green colour. It's fabulous. And then a couple more just auto-buy authors for you, which I do not have covers for, but I wanted to kind of move into the second half of the year. Obviously we haven't had a whole lot of announcements about the second half of the year, you know, for Q1 and Q2, but in September, the 2nd of September, we have a new Miranda Dickinson novel. Of course, the pre-order link will be down below. At the minute, I don't know if we had a title reveal, but the minute on her Amazon page, it's saying that it's called The Start of Something, and that the release date is the 2nd of September. Obviously, we know that that is subject to change, but that is the UK release date. And then skipping all the way ahead to November, it wouldn't be a video from me if I didn't mention Lindsey Kelk. Lindsey Kelk's new novel. Oh, it's so long to wait. It's so long to wait. I'm just like, there's got to be some sort of other secret release in there before November the 11th. It's so long to wait. However, the title is On a Night Like This, and the current release date is November the 11th. So pre-order link will be in the description box below. It's a long time to wait, but it will be okay. We can make it through. If there's anything getting us through the next year, it is the thought of a Lindsey Kelk novel being there in November. I expect that it will be, there may be a UK tour attached to that as well, which is very exciting if you are in the UK or planning on being in the UK in November. Maybe it will happen. Let's see. Okay, please let me know in the description box my answer to my question on UK versus US covers, because I'd be really intrigued to hear your thoughts on that. And what are you looking forward to in 2021? Any of the books that are on my list? Do you have your own things to look forward to? Like I say, I tried to get a kind of broad expanse of the stuff that I read. So we've got some non-fiction, some poetry, some thrillers, some romance, adult and YA. Yeah, I'm really excited and hyped to read these books. I've already read 2. I've started reading another one. I'm intending on having another 2, maybe 3 finished by the time you see that January wrap up. So make sure you are subscribed so that you don't miss out on that January wrap up. Hit the notification bell to be notified when it pops up. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and I will be back with more content for you very soon. So I will see you then. Thanks for watching.